The digital world is in constant motion, a whirlwind of innovation and disruption. Nowhere is this more evident than in the ever-evolving landscape of social media. What was once a predictable playing field dominated by established giants is now a dynamic arena where new contenders emerge, challenging the old guard and rewriting the rules of engagement. At the heart of this transformation are figures like Elon Musk, the ever-ambitious entrepreneur who acquired Twitter and rebranded it as X, promising a radical reshaping of online discourse. Meanwhile, Mark Zuckerberg, the architect of Facebook's sprawling empire, navigates a complex web of political pressures and public scrutiny as he steers Meta towards an uncertain future. The ground beneath their feet is shifting, however. A new force has entered the fray, a platform built on a radically different set of principles. Bluesky. Founded by Twitter co-founder Jack Dorsey, Bluesky represents a departure from the centralized control that has defined social media for over a decade. Its decentralized model, still in its early stages, has sparked a wave of excitement and speculation, raising questions about the very nature of online interaction and control. This isn't just a battle for market share or technological supremacy. It's a struggle for the future of online communication, a contest that will shape how we connect, consume information, and participate in the global conversation. The stakes are high, and the outcome is far from certain. From the ashes of Twitter's turmoil, a new contender has emerged, capturing the imagination of users hungry for change and control over their online experience. Bluesky, the brainchild of Twitter co-founder Jack Dorsey, has become a beacon of hope.
Built on the principle of decentralization, Bluesky aims to create a more open and democratic online space. Unlike traditional platforms, Bluesky empowers users to manage their own interconnected communities.
Imagine a network of interconnected villages, each with its own set of rules and customs, yet able to communicate and share with the wider world. This radical departure from the norm is attracting users disillusioned with the status quo. The allure of Bluesky lies in its promise of greater autonomy, transparency, and control.
Users are flocking to the platform, drawn by the opportunity to shape their online experience free from the dictates of corporate overlords or opaque algorithms. While still in its early stages of development, Bluesky's rapid growth is a testament to the growing appetite for a more decentralized and democratic internet. Its success hinges on its ability to navigate the complex technical and social challenges of building a truly decentralized platform while fostering a vibrant and engaged community.
The ongoing battle for social media supremacy extends far beyond the boardrooms of Silicon Valley. It's a conflict with profound implications for all of us, shaping the future of how we communicate, consume information, and participate in the global conversation. The stakes are high.
Social media platforms have become the de facto public square, the arenas where political debates rage, social movements ignite, and cultural trends take shape. The way these platforms function, the rules they enforce, and the values they embody have a profound impact on our lives, influencing everything from our political views to our consumer choices.
The rise of Bluesky and its decentralized model challenges the very foundations of this digital landscape. It presents a compelling alternative to the centralized control that has characterized social media for so long, offering the tantalizing possibility of a more democratic and user-centric online experience.
The outcome of this struggle will have far-reaching consequences, shaping not only the future of the internet, but also the fabric of our society. It's a battle that demands our attention, our critical thinking, and our active participation. The future of social media is not predetermined, it's a narrative that we, the users, have the power to shape.
In the heart of Silicon Valley, where innovation is a relentless pursuit, a new idea is taking root, challenging the very foundations of how we connect and communicate online. This is the concept of decentralization, a radical departure from the centralized platforms that have dominated the social media landscape for over a decade.
Imagine a digital world where no single company or authority controls the flow of information, where users have greater ownership over their data and experiences, and where online communities flourish with a newfound sense of autonomy and transparency. This is the dream that Bluesky, the brainchild of Twitter co-founder Jack Dorsey, is striving to realize.
Bluesky represents a fundamental shift in thinking about social media. It's not just about building another app or platform. It's about creating a new paradigm for online interaction. It's about empowering users, fostering diversity of thought, and breaking free from the constraints of centralized control.
This vision has resonated with a growing chorus of users, developers, and even some within the tech industry itself. They see in Bluesky the potential for a more democratic and equitable online experience, one where the power dynamics are rebalanced and the voices of the many are no longer drowned out by the algorithms of the few.
Decentralization, the driving force behind Bluesky's vision, can seem like a complex concept shrouded in technical jargon and abstract ideas.
But at its core, it's about distributing power and control, shifting it away from centralized entities and into the hands of users and communities.
Think of it like the difference between a traditional postal system, where a central authority manages the sorting and delivery of mail, and a network of independent couriers, each operating within their own area but able to connect and exchange parcels seamlessly.
In the context of social media, decentralization means moving away from platforms like Twitter and Facebook, where a single company owns and controls the infrastructure, sets the rules, and moderates content.
Instead, it envisions a network of interconnected servers, each operated by individuals or communities that can communicate and share information with each other.
These independent servers, known as instances in Bluesky's terminology, can have their own rules, moderation policies, and even their own unique features and functionalities.
Users can choose which instances to join and interact with based on their interests, values, and preferences.
This distributed architecture creates a more resilient and adaptable network, less susceptible to censorship or control by any single entity.
It also fosters greater diversity of thought and expression, as different communities can curate their own online spaces according to their own values and norms. Bluesky's decentralized model offers users unparalleled choice and control.
Unlike traditional platforms, Bluesky empowers users to shape their online experience.
Users can choose communities, customize feeds, and control their data.
This user-centric approach is refreshing compared to centralized platforms.
Imagine choosing a news feed curated by trusted journalists.
Or connecting with like-minded individuals in value-driven communities.
This control extends to data privacy.
Users have more say over their data in a decentralized network.
They can opt out of data-hungry algorithms.
Bluesky fosters a more diverse, equitable, and fulfilling social media landscape.
While the promise of decentralization is undeniably attractive, the road ahead for Bluesky is not without its challenges.
Building and scaling a truly decentralized social media platform is a complex undertaking, fraught with technical, social, and even philosophical hurdles.
One of the biggest challenges lies in ensuring a seamless and user-friendly experience across a network of independent servers.
Unlike centralized platforms where a single company manages the infrastructure and user experience, a decentralized network relies on the cooperation and interoperability of numerous independent entities.
Another challenge lies in content moderation.
While the decentralized nature of Bluesky makes it more resistant to censorship, it also raises concerns about how to effectively address harmful content, such as hate speech, misinformation, and harassment.
Relying solely on individual communities to moderate themselves could lead to inconsistencies and even exacerbate existing problems.
Furthermore, there is the question of sustainability.
Centralized platforms like Twitter and Facebook have built their empires on advertising revenue and user data.
It remains to be seen whether a decentralized platform like Bluesky, which prioritizes user privacy and control, can find a viable business model that doesn't compromise its core values.
Despite these challenges, the momentum behind Bluesky and the broader movement towards decentralization is undeniable.
The desire for a more open, equitable, and user-centric online experience is palpable, and platforms like Bluesky represent a beacon of hope in a digital landscape increasingly dominated by centralized power and algorithmic control.
The tech world held its breath as Elon Musk, the enigmatic CEO of Tesla and SpaceX, completed his acquisition of Twitter in late 2022. His pronouncements of transforming the platform into X, a digital town square for free speech, sent ripples of anticipation and apprehension through the online community.
Musk, a self-proclaimed free speech absolutist, wasted no time in implementing his vision. He slashed content moderation teams, loosened restrictions on previously prohibited content, and reinstated accounts banned under the previous regime.
The blue checkmark, once a coveted symbol of verification, became a paid subscription service, blurring the lines between authentic voices and those willing to pay for visibility. These sweeping changes, enacted with Musk's characteristic speed and disregard for convention, sent shockwaves through Twitter's user base.
While some celebrated the loosening of restrictions, hailing it as a victory for unfettered expression, others expressed alarm at the surge in hate speech, misinformation, and online harassment that followed.
The platform, once a vibrant hub for news, commentary, and social connection, began to feel increasingly chaotic and unpredictable. The digital town square, once a place for lively debate, was showing signs of descending into a cacophony of unfiltered opinions, often amplified by algorithms designed to prioritize engagement over substance. As Musk's vision for X began to take shape, a growing segment of Twitter's user base found themselves increasingly alienated. Journalists, academics, and activists who had relied on the platform for networking and disseminating information expressed concerns about the proliferation of misinformation and the erosion of trust.
The exodus began slowly at first, a trickle of high-profile users announcing their departure, citing concerns about the platform's direction. But as Musk continued to implement controversial changes, the trickle turned into a steady stream.
Users, frustrated by the increasingly toxic environment and disillusioned by Musk's leadership, began seeking refuge on alternative platforms. Among these alternatives, Bluesky emerged as a beacon of hope.
Founded on the principles of decentralization and user control, Bluesky offered a stark contrast to the centralized top-down approach of X. Its promise of a more democratic and equitable online experience resonated with those who felt marginalized or silenced by Musk's vision.
Mastodon, another decentralized platform, also saw a surge in popularity. Its federated model, consisting of interconnected servers run by volunteers, appealed to users seeking greater control over their data and online communities.
The rise of these alternatives signaled a growing dissatisfaction with the status quo of social media. Users, it seemed, were no longer content to be passive consumers of content, subject to the whims of algorithms and the dictates of tech CEOs. They were demanding greater agency, transparency, and control over their online experiences.
The diverging paths of X and Bluesky highlighted a fundamental tension within the tech world, the battle between centralization and decentralization.
On one side stood Musk, a staunch advocate for centralized control, believing that a single, powerful entity was best equipped to manage the complexities of online discourse.
On the other side stood Dorsey, Bluesky's founder, who championed the idea of a decentralized internet, where power is distributed among users, fostering greater autonomy, diversity, and resilience.
This clash of philosophies reflected a broader debate about the nature of power and control in the digital age. Centralized platforms, with their vast resources and sophisticated algorithms, offered convenience, efficiency, and unparalleled reach. But they also came with inherent risks.
Centralized control made these platforms vulnerable to censorship, manipulation, and abuse by both state and corporate actors. Decentralized platforms, on the other hand, offered greater resistance to censorship and control.
Their distributed nature made it difficult for any single entity to exert undue influence over the network. However, they also faced significant challenges in terms of scalability, user experience, and content moderation.
The battle between centralization and decentralization was not merely a technical debate. It was a philosophical struggle with profound implications for the future of online communication. It was a question of who gets to shape the digital public square, who gets to control the flow of information, and who gets to define the rules of engagement.
As X navigated the turbulent waters of Musk's leadership, the platform's future remained uncertain. The exodus of users, the rise of decentralized alternatives, and the growing scrutiny from regulators posed significant challenges to Musk's ambitions. Whether Musk's gamble would pay off, whether X could regain its footing as a leading social media platform, or whether it would succumb to the pressures of competition and criticism, only time would tell.
The ongoing saga of Elon Musk's X and the rise of decentralized alternatives like Bluesky held profound implications for users navigating the ever-evolving digital landscape. At stake were fundamental values like freedom of expression, access to information, and privacy. The future of social media, and indeed the future of online discourse, rested in the hands of users who held the power to shape the digital landscape through their choices and actions.
News of the meeting, first reported by Politico, spread like wildfire across social media, sparking a frenzy of speculation and debate. Was Zuckerberg seeking to curry favor with the incoming administration, hoping to influence policy decisions that could impact Meta's vast empire? The tensions came to a head in the aftermath of the January 6th Capitol riots. Trump, accused of inciting the violence with his inflammatory rhetoric, found himself banned from Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. The decision was met with a mix of relief and trepidation. Some welcomed Trump's return as a victory for free speech, while others feared it would unleash a new wave of misinformation and division, particularly with the 2024 election looming on the horizon. Zuckerberg's decision to break bread with Trump at Mar-a-Lago was a calculated risk, a move fraught with potential benefits and pitfalls. By extending an olive branch, Zuckerberg could be seeking to secure favorable treatment from a potential future Trump administration, particularly regarding antitrust regulations and content moderation policies. By cultivating relationships with powerful figures like Trump, Zuckerberg could be laying the groundwork for future ventures, seeking to leverage his wealth and influence to shape the world beyond the digital realm. Trump, despite facing numerous legal challenges and a divided Republican Party, remained a formidable force in American politics. Facebook had announced plans to bolster its election integrity efforts, investing in fact-checking initiatives, labeling misleading content, and partnering with election officials to combat foreign interference. The world would be watching closely, eager to see whether Zuckerberg and his peers could navigate the treacherous waters of tech and politics without further eroding trust in democratic institutions.
The battle lines are drawn not on a physical battlefield, but in the ethereal realm of the internet.
This isn't just a technical debate. It's a philosophical struggle with profound implications for the future of free speech, access to information, and the very fabric of our digital lives. This is the promise of decentralization, a vision of the internet where power is distributed, not concentrated, and where users have greater control over their online destinies.
Algorithms, those complex mathematical formulas that power everything from our news feeds to our dating app matches, have become the gatekeepers of the digital world, determining what we see, who we connect with, and even how we think. The echo chamber effect, where users are increasingly exposed to information that confirms their existing beliefs, is a prime example of the unintended consequences of algorithmic control.
Every click, every like, every interaction within the walled gardens of social media platforms generates valuable data that is often used to target us with advertising, shape our online experiences, and even influence our offline behavior. This shift towards data ownership and user control is not just about protecting our privacy, it's about shaping the future of the internet.
It's a world in constant flux, a dynamic ecosystem shaped by the interplay of technology, politics, and the ever-evolving needs and desires of users worldwide. The future of social media is not a preordained destiny. It's a narrative we are writing together through our choices, our voices, and our actions.
The future of social media is a participatory process requiring active engagement from users, policymakers, and tech innovators.
The power to shape the digital landscape lies in our collective choices. As users, we have more power than we realize.
We can choose which platforms to support with our time and data. We can demand greater transparency and accountability.
And we can amplify voices that resonate with our values. This is about using our collective voice to shape social media into a force for good.
It's about demanding platforms that prioritize human connection and meaningful dialogue. The choices we make today will determine the course of this digital revolution. Let your voice be heard and help shape the future of online interaction.